I'm Mark.
I'm Tank.
And this is the number one podcast in the world for 7 whole people. We're coming at you faster than a Zion Williamson injury. Yes, it's my brother's an idiot. Yeah, he's out again. Did you guys see that?
Yeah.
Just walked off the court. Like, okay. That guy can't stay healthy.
This
is the podcast.
Week.
This is the podcast where we talk about sports, food, and whatever the hell else we want, because we're only here to entertain ourselves and hopefully bring you along for the ride. Fellas, what's going on?
My
kids are
happening?
not in school because the snowstorm sucked enough to where my kids now have a 5-day weekend.
Wow.
So they just canceled school for the rest of the week because...
Well, they already didn't have school on Friday, but they can't.
And we lost Tank's mic. All right, Mark, what's going on with you?
Well, Dipshit is, I believe, with us now. If you want to join and say hi, Dipshit.
Well, hello, Dipshit.
Hello, how's it going?
Oh my gosh. You sound amazing. What's up with you?
I've been sick since I got back from Los Angeles. So, cash.
Cash. And a wild toaster has appeared. He's throwing up all the goons. Tank, so your kids have a 5-day weekend? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, my kids have a 5-day weekend. They canceled school tomorrow already because it's too cold.
And now you're on your PC audio, not your microphone. So good job by you.
I am on my microphone. That's weird.
Yeah, there's an echo. Mark, what's going on, bud?
It's a wonderful, wonderful Wednesday to be alive, I guess. We're going to talk about some sports because it's entertaining and fun and not anything else is going on in the world. So that's what we're here to do tonight. So don't bring any of the other shit in here. We're going to talk about what's fun, and that's sports. Except for the score of that Broncos game, which we have to talk about.
Am I good now?
Yes, you're beautiful. Okay. Amazing.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. Well, you mentioned it, so let's talk about it. I really don't want to, but it's kind of our thing. Denver goes down hard to Baltimore last Sunday. Mark, break it down for me. What'd you see?
Not a whole lot of this game again. Work schedule has flip-flopped, so I don't get to watch a lot of the Sunday action because I'm in the restaurant or in my place of employment during the time that the game is going on. So I didn't get to see a lot of it. What I did see was just from my perspective, it kind of looked like, I'm not going to say that this team quit or anything at halftime, but they went from having things kind of like, they were lockstep with them. You get a touchdown called back to a Garrett Bowles penalty, and then you don't get any points on the rest of that. And then they drive down the rest of the field and pick up that touchdown. And instead of being, 17-17 going into halftime or something close, now it's 24-10. And I think that was kind of when they decided to take the foot off of the gas a little bit on this team. I don't know if it was intentional or not, but you could definitely see the tide change right after halftime.
Tank?
I mean, yeah, you're not wrong about that. They, with that half-ending drive by Baltimore, I think they basically just kind of quit at that point, unfortunately. The offense was rough for big chunks of the game. There were several overthrows, let's say, and just, I'm going to call it dog shit play calling on several plays that could have turned into something. Like the fourth down where they went for the toss to Williams, that was a bad one. Yeah, there's a few of those. And so just unfortunately the offense could not finish drives seemingly, and the defense got just run over. I mean, it doesn't help that we're missing PJ Locke, and I've been giving him chances all year long. That fucker McMillan, he needs to figure something out because he has been exposed repeatedly this year, and it happened again this week. So we got to do something about that.
It's odd as a Denver fan to be in the place where we actually get to bitch about a third cornerback as opposed to the top two. Uh,
Mhm.
there aren't many teams that have a real good third. So he's serviceable, but he's your number three. Really, at halftime with that half ending drive, now you have to kind of tear everything up and start all over. They had to completely revamp what they were going to do because now they have to make this a gunfight, and they just don't have the bullets in the chamber to be able to do it. This is not an explosive offensive football team. They played the best offense in the league. Like, there's no denying that. Lamar is on his way to winning another MVP. Derrick Henry got his 1,000th yard in this game. They've got 2 tight ends, let alone there's teams out there that don't even have one. I'm looking at you, Denver. There are multiple receivers on this team that are dangerous. It's just a really good offensive football team. And we knew going into this game it was going to be a measuring stick as to where they are for the contenders of the league. And they're just, I mean, we saw it. They're not there yet. Yes, Mark.
Does the lack of tight ends on this team have anything to do with the fact that they are crushing Uncrustables at a rate that is ungodly?
At the
No.
700, yeah, that's criminal.
Small joke. Anyways, carry on.
I fully support. I fully support the crushing of Uncrustables.
100%. But I just thought, tight end, Uncrustable. Here we go.
We had a former tight end score a touchdown this weekend for New York. That was impressive. That's the best our tight ends did.
Oh, I see what you're saying. One of our old tight ends scored.
Yeah, Manhurts. Yeah,
Manhurts. Yeah.
I was wondering. I was like, what's
one of the most
going with this
crazy statistics of the week with Daniel Jones' first half passing in that game.
Did see that on Red Zone. Yeah. Here's the thing, fellas. It's a rebuilding year. We knew it was going to be a rebuilding year. Their games that they won are teams that are 500 or worse. The games that they've lost are teams that are better than 500. Let's just call it what it is. This is year one of the process. To be where they are right now, going into really the meat of the season with these 3 games coming up, the one they just played and the 2 they've got in the next 2 weeks, it's going to be difficult. It's going to be tough for them to maintain any kind of momentum because they're playing really good football teams now. Could they still make some noise? Yes, absolutely. You still have Vegas on the schedule. You still have the Chargers. They always play well in LA. You're going to get a Kansas City team in week 17 that may not be playing for anything. So who knows how that game's going to turn out. There's a chance for them to have a winning record again. I'm here for it. We knew it was going to be rough with Bo. Rookie quarterback and all of that. We knew they didn't have any explosives at the wide receiver position. There were question marks at running back. We knew they didn't have any tight ends. What are we going to do? Right. That's the way I look.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I think my official statement on this going into it was this is going to be a litmus test of what the talent on this team looks like. Right. We knew it wasn't going to be pretty, but we knew it was going to give us a good test because there have been times where they have come up, against a team that, maybe the elements weren't there or whatever. They've gotten a couple of really lucky games this year with their opponents. And this was a true litmus test of what this Denver Broncos team looks like. And yeah, we're a little bit further away than maybe we thought. The Bo Leavers are out there wringing their hands and, it's going to be fine. It's a rookie quarterback with no talent around him. They're still going to get to 7 or 8 wins this year. But that's what we expected from him, right? This was the best team in football, maybe with a few others, but definitely top 1 or 2 in the AFC. And you knew you were going to get shellacked. And it was just more of a test of what could you do? How close could you get to them?
Well, and we knew coming into the season, I mean, the over-under on wins was 5.
5.5.
Yeah, we hit the 5, halfway through the season. That's not bad considering the outlook at the beginning of the year. And I got to say, the most impressive part about our offense has actually weirdly been the offensive line the last few weeks. They have seemed to come together much more than I thought they would. So I'm not pinning anything on them at this point. There's inconsistencies with some of it, but they're one of the best blocking offensive lines in the league somehow, and so I'm happy about that. That's
Well,
a good thing to look at.
you say somehow that's where they put all their money, right?
Oh yeah,
They,
it should be
it's
that good.
It's a
Yeah,
high priced, right? And it really, I was worried about the O line when the center went down, and now we're playing with Forsyth. He's been serviceable, but the other four have been playing pretty well. And McGlinchey came back, and he did have the one false start, so McFlinchy lives again. But they have been playing very well, to your point. But that's also where all the money is. That they're in cash, salary cap hell. They had to put money someplace in order to try to do something with their guy. They can't and could not go out and get high-priced free agents on the offensive side of the football from a skill position perspective. So what do? You protect the quarterback. And it's borne true the entire year. They're still, I believe, number one in sacks given up in terms of the lowest amount for the season. And if they're not number one, then they're number two, right? That's a lot of them, right?
And it's a lot of them, and it's a lot of Bo Nix has some escapability compared to the last few quarterbacks we've had.
Well, he's got a lot.
He's got a lot of escapability
right,
compared to the last few. But
yeah, compared to the last few, you're absolutely right. So, Sarah, the Queen and I looked at each other and we're like, I'm not upset. Like, I kind of figured it was going to be a loss. I wouldn't be surprised if they won. I would have celebrated it, but I'm not upset. So, I don't think we need to talk about this anymore. What do you guys think?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wait, Dipshit. I don't see Dipshit on the screen. Dipshit, do you have anything you want to say about the Broncos game?
They didn't have it on the red zone very much, so I didn't watch it very much. But this is a random question. How come every time I see Garrett Bowles, he's getting a flag?
Well, that's been par for the course. Tackles get flagged.
There's been 1.5 years where that wasn't true.
Right.
The man is either broken or penalized.
Correct.
Yeah.
That's the way it is.
That's pretty accurate. That is pretty accurate.
That's pretty accurate. Yep. You're not wrong.
Yeah, he had 1.5 all-pro seasons. Besides that, it's been, 1 or 2 a game he gets flagged.
Mm-hmm. It happens.
Yeah.
It happens.
I think it gets blown out of proportion just because it's on plays where like there's a touchdown and then it's like holding 72 and it's like, well, fuck, It always seems like it's calling some huge playback when it's against Ballsy.
And this year, a lot of that's, I wouldn't say a lot, but I'd say probably half of the flags he's gotten for holding have not been his fault. It's when Bo escapes and now Bo is not where he thought he was. And then there's an attempt to disengage by the defensive lineman, and all of a sudden now you're holding. That happens all the time to tackles and guards in this league with mobile quarterbacks. It's just a matter of he's got to learn how to let go. That's just all there is to that. So,
right.
All right. Well, let's get into some fun shit and do some pew pew. Mark, take it away.
Oh, holy shit. All right, pew pew pick'em. Welcome to it, guys. We are going to. This is week 10. So if you don't know the drill, we're going to explain it to you again because I explain it every week because that's fun for me. We are going to pick NFL games against the spread, and by we I mean Tank and Matt are going to pick. I already have the Duchess's picks written on here and a few of her comments. We will also get commentary from Dipshit as well as we go through this. We get all of our lines from betmgm.com for this segment. I have had a running tally, as you guys know, of how you guys are doing every week. Do you want the update?
By all means, fire away.
Frank, your score currently right now is nice.
Is it?
Yeah, you're at a solid 69 points.
Oh, there we go.
Nice. Well done. Matt, you're at 80, so that'll tell you everything you need to go.
Daddy made up some ground.
I think
I thought I maybe got one. I didn't know I was going to get 3.
No, yeah, you got me.
Yeah,
I think all of the ties.
Mm-hmm. The Duchess also tied you with 12 last week, so good things are possible if you don't listen to our panel. Just saying. We have said that repeatedly through this segment. The entire time we have done this, we have not phased from that. We're going to keep saying we are really bad at this. We just have a lot of fun doing it. Okay. Let's talk about Thursday night football. And this is the Ravens, who just kicked the shit out of the Broncos, welcoming in the Cincinnati Bengals. Ravens at home favored by 6 in this one. The over-under in this game is 53. Holy shit. Matt, what do you think about this one?
I really don't know what to make of Cincinnati still. They're just so wildly inconsistent. I definitely believe in Joe Burrows, but there's always some sort of just like minor drama that's going on in that locker room. It's one of the worst owners in football. The Ravens are that. They are the best offensive team. They actually can play a little bit of defense. They've got so many weapons. Middle of the season in Lamar, we trust. Give me the Ravens and the points, and give me the over.
Okay, Frank?
Yeah, I'm going to probably just tag on all of that stuff. Baltimore is the better offensive team for sure. Defensively, they're not fantastic, but way better on offense. The Bengals are kind of crap on defense, to be honest. So I wouldn't be surprised if the Ravens get 53 by themselves in this one. So yeah, Ravens over and points.
MJ, what do you think about this one?
I think the birdies will shit on Not Slim Shady.
There you go. About the Ravens defense, I think they're getting a little bit of a bad back. They have played a lot of teams who have had to come from behind, so their pass defense looks a lot more suspect than I think people are giving them credit for. And you saw that, I think, this week a little bit where they were able to contain that a little bit better. Their defense is a lot better than people give them credit for. The Ravens just score a lot of points and give up a lot of points because of that. Let's go to the first Sunday game, and that is in Germany. We have sent 2 giant bags of shit to Germany in the New Jersey Giants and the Carolina Panthers. Vegas thinks this one's funny because they have the Giants favored by 6.5 points, which might be the only time that happens all year. 40.5 points is the spread on this one. Frank, take it away.
This game sucks. Nothing good's going to come of it. The Giants win. They don't cover. And Jesus, probably take the under, I think, in this one.
All right, Matt?
I think this is the final line of punishment that was meted out to Germany in the Treaty of Versailles in 1917. You have to have a shitty football game in 2024, and it's going to be the worst 2 teams imaginable. I fucking don't care about this game. Sure. What did Tank say? The Giants? Yeah, fine. I don't care. Giants under. They probably won't cover because the Panthers actually can score a little bit. So
yeah.
Michaela, over under ankle injuries on a soccer field in this one.
I'm gonna say probably over on that. I'm also gonna say that Germany probably bans the NFL after this. And just to be different, I think the Kitty Cats will win because neither of these teams are good. Anything could happen.
We have another Daniel Jones 4 of 5 with a touchdown and 0 yards.
Something like that. Let's move on because we've talked enough about that game. Let's go to another game.
Okay, hold on.
Hold
on. Toaster coming in hot with the Kentucky Bluegrass take. That is awesome. Where's Neil when we need him?
Don't know. Yeah, what is Munich's?
Not sure what the choice of sod there is.
I think it's Bayern Blue.
Yeah, Bayern Blue. There you go.
Not sure what it is, but what I do know is we're going to talk about another probably not very good football game, and that is 2 young quarterbacks in Drake May and the New England Patriots going to Chicago to take on Caleb Williams and the Bears. The Bears are 6.5 point favorites in this one. 39 is the over-under, so not a lot of scoring, as you could imagine, in this game. Matt, what do you think?
Bears have been serviceable at home, but I mentioned the drama that has happened in Cincinnati. They got some shit going on in Chicago, and they are a bad loss away from Eberflus completely losing this locker room. I don't know if you guys saw DJ Moore just walking off the field this week.
In the middle of the play? Yeah.
In the middle of the play, yeah. So Having said that, the Patriots are also not a very good football team. Drake May is absolute trash. Bears at home, sure. Okay, yeah, give me Chicago. Fine.
Okay, Frank.
I'm gonna say that Drake May is not trash. He has a dog shit team around him. He actually looks kind of decent as a quarterback, but that team around him is garbage. Bears win this, and I don't think they cover because I think these teams are too close together. And
Tank, if
under.
you're nothing, you're consistent. You love your North Carolina quarterbacks.
I do. I like them until year 5.
MJ.
They get to that second contract, you can't trust them.
MJ.
What did Matt say?
I said the
Matt-
Giants or the Bears.
Matt said the Bears would win.
Oh, yeah, sure. Fuck it, right?
Yeah, we all agree with
Uh,
that, I think.
I think you guys know what the Duchess is feeling on this one, but she says the Bears still suck and the Patriots will win this game. Moving on to the next one. It is going to be in Indianapolis where the Colts play football. They are welcoming in the Buffalo Bills, who are a 4-point favorite on the road in this one. 48 is the over-under. Frank, what do you think about this game?
I think it's hilarious that you call what the Colts did last week called playing football. I'm going to take the Bills. The Colts are crap. It doesn't matter who's starting at quarterback right now. Bills, they cover, and probably the over because they're going to put up some points.
I believe I just said they play football in Indianapolis, not that they did play football in Indianapolis. But, Matt, what do you think about this one?
Yeah, it's the Bills. It's not close. Racky,
Yeah.
I'm out.
All right, dipshit.
The Bills have the power of Daniel Ricciardo. Bills by 1,000.
By 1,000. I'm going to start this next one right where we left off this last one with dipshit. It is the Falcons and Saints. The Falcons are going to New Orleans as 3.5-point favorites. The over-under in this one, Michaela, is 46.5. You're picking first on this one. Saints at home taking on the Falcons. I know what you're going to say, but I still need to hear these words.
Fuck the stupid sexy sack Saints suck. Fuck those guys. Birds all the way. Birds by 7,000. In fact, birds by 1,000,000.
There you go. Matt?
What is it with this game and the last game that we covered with these dog shit teams hosting really good football teams and having the lines be less than 5 points? I don't understand this. The Saints are dog shit. The Falcons are for real. It's going to be the Falcons and it won't be close. Kyle Pitts scores 4 times.
Well,
Yeah,
Jesus. Put that, Kyle.
That's a big one. That's
Pitts.
a big one.
4 tutties.
That's
Wrote it
hyperbolic, Jake. That's not even hot. That's just hyperbolic.
That is, yeah, that's insane. Frank, carry on.
The points is completely because this is a in-division rivalry. That's all the points is on this one. I don't know about the last one. Falcons win. Probably cover. I don't think this Saints scores, so I'm going to take the under.
For the love of God, let's keep the next one close. We know what's going to happen, so keep this one close. This is the 49ers and the Buccaneers in Tampa Bay. 49ers favored by 6 on the road. Frank, what do you think about this one?
I'm rolling with the Buccaneers at home. I think it's going to be a close game. I think the Buccaneers win, and I think the over. I think there's going to be a lot of points in this one.
Over is 51 on this one. Anyways, Matt, what do you think?
We have a tie.
Yep.
Baker Mayfield is trash. However, he's not the most trash Buccaneer there is. That honor belongs to Todd Bowles. This also might be the return of one Christian McCaffrey, and even if he doesn't, Juwan Jennings is back. This is going to be the 49ers.
MJ.
Cover and over.
I like the Niners because I don't like the Bucks.
Bobby agrees with you. She is going with the Niners as well. So Frank against the podcast on that one. Next one is taking place in Washington, where the Steelers are going down the road to take on the Commanders, where they are 3-point favorites at home in Washington. 45.5 is the over-under in this game. Matt, what do you think about this one?
Don't look now, but the Steelers are dangerous. And they got a little bit better after the trade deadline. Having said that, Washington's really good, and I don't think we can undersell enough the job that Dan Quinn's done in that organization, really instilling a culture. They're behind him 100%. They're behind the quarterback. Washington at home is a really tough beat. It's going to be Washington, but what was the line again?
3.
Washington
The over-under is...
Yeah, they'll cut.
Yeah. Sorry. They'll cover?
Yeah, what was the over?
45.5.
Yeah, give me the Commanders and give me the over. Russ is going to put up some points too.
Frank?
Yeah, you're kind of in the same vein that I'm thinking too. I think Washington is legitimate right now. The Steelers are a scary team, but Washington added some defense over the weekend, so that'll help quite a bit. And yeah, Washington at home, they should cover. And yeah, the overs probably, because both offenses are doing pretty good right now.
Let's go to our resident Steeler hater, Dipshit. What do you think?
Matt said, "Don't look at the Steelers now. I am taking his advice. Washington wins."
Love it. Let's move on to Jacksonville, where the Jaguars do something that is consistent with playing football. It might not always be football, but it is right there. They're welcoming in the Vikings, who are not from New York, Frank. They are not. They are from Minnesota. The Minnesota Vikings are favored by 4.5 on the road in this one. The over-under in this game is 45.5. Frank, what do you think about this game?
The Jaguars need to change a lot about their team for me to believe in them. So I'm going to go with the Vikings, and I'm going to go with probably covering and the over.
Matt?
Same. Book it.
Dipshit.
Skull, book it.
Book it. Book it. Writing book it down. Book it. Okay,
that is one of the coolest. That is one of the coolest chants in football.
The skull thing. Yeah, it really is.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Let's talk about something that's not really cool, and that is the Tennessee Titans are not very cool. They are traveling on the road this week to Los Angeles to take on the Chargers, where the Titans, I don't know if they travel that well, so they actually might be giving the Chargers a home game. The Chargers are favored by 7.5, which means Vegas thinks that the Chargers are getting a home game. Over-under in this one is 38.5, which is the lowest spread of the week, which means that they think that there are gonna be no points scored in this game, which I believe as well. Matt, what do you think about this one?
Is Mason Rudolph still playing quarterback for the Tennessee Titans?
Does it matter?
Or is it Captain Mayo?
I don't think it matters.
I don't think it matters either. Chargers by a lot.
The 7.5 over the 7.5. Yeah. Okay.
Over.
Frank.
Yeah, I mean, come on now. Chargers win probably the over, but I'm going to take the under on the overall score. I think this would be like a 25-3 game or something like that.
I think that's pretty accurate. Dipshit, what about you?
This game sucks. Give me the Chargers.
This game sucks hard.
I 100% talk about. Let's talk about something else that another team that's really shitty, and that's the Dallas Cowboys, who are playing at home this week. They're welcoming in the Pittsburgh Steelers, the Philadelphia Eagles. Sorry, it's the Philadelphia Eagles. They are 7.5 point favorites on the road. Do you know what the Cowboys did this week, guys? They got themselves a wide receiver. Everyone else is trading for great wide receivers. You got Devontae Adams going for a 4th rounder. You've got all these others going for 4th and 5th rounders. They got Gene Mingo. Or I'm sorry, they got what's his name? Not Gene, Jonathan Mingo. They traded for Jonathan Mingo. And Matt,
I have a question.
Yes.
Was that an actual effort to shoehorn, or did you really screw up?
No, I'm still working on the shoehorn. I'm just saying that we're talking about a possible dipshit of the week here with Jerry Jones getting someone who is a rookie wide receiver for a 4th round pick. But anyways, Jonathan Mingo goes to the Dallas Cowboys. Gene Mingo can't save the Dallas Cowboys. Okay, that's where I was going to shoehorn in. You had to wait for it. All right. But anyways, we're talking about the Eagles, who are 7.5-point road favorites, and the over-under here is 43.5. I believe it is Frank's turn to go. Please take it away.
Yeah, this you forgot to leave out like one of the most important parts. The receiver they traded for has 1 reception for 1 yard in the last 3 weeks. So good investment there, Jerry. I mean, take the Eagles. Maybe Mike McCarthy gets fired this week, and over because they're going to put up points on this Cowboys dog shit defense.
Matt?
If Mike McCarthy continues to break his speaking spell on the sideline, then it's going to go very, very badly. Why in the name of hell do they think they need to shore up the wide receiver room for Cooper Rush? You've got Saquon out here ending careers, reverse hurdling dudes, making the entire league look foolish. And the Eagles are a decent football team. The Cowboys are not that. Eagles by a lot.
Dipshit.
Everyone go listen to the TikTok, what is it, Trap House Nature, Trap House Sports, whatever, that guy who keeps making the Cowboys Suck songs.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
hilarious.
that guy's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That guy's awesome.
Yeah, I think that the 7 points is because it's a division game. I think that's the only reason it's 7.
Well, let's talk about a game that I don't really give a fuck about, and that is the New York Football Jets going on the road to the desert to take on the Wee One and the Cardinals. They are currently a 1-point favorite at home in the desert. The over-under in this game is 46.5. Matt, what say ye?
Yeah. I mean, I don't think we can underplay the impact that Hassan Reddick has had on this Jets team, even after one game. He was dominant. Granted, it wasn't a very good football game, but it's the Cards at home. They look pretty good. Don't look now, but the Cards are number 1 in the NFC West with the Rams right behind them. But I don't know if the Jets are going to travel well. Give me the Cards, and I don't think that they cover.
What do you mean?
You said the Cards
You
are
think
favored, right?
By a point.
Oh,
They'd have to cover.
I heard something
to
else.
win.
Yeah, so the Cards
Cardinals
win.
are
They
favored by
cover.
a point.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cards win.
Okay. Yeah, they're favored by a point.
It won't be a tie.
Okay. I was like,
Yeah.
define winning but not covering, because that doesn't make sense.
Right.
Anyways, Frank, go on.
I misheard the line.
That's all good. It's funny. Frank, what do you
Yeah,
think?
it's going to be a weird game, but I think the Cardinals are good enough on all sides that even if their offense hasn't been great, like the last week, it wasn't very good. I still think they're the better overall team, so I'm going to take the Cardinals and probably take the under on this game. I don't see a lot of points being scored.
Bobby as well is taking the Cardinals because Aaron Rodgers is still playing football. Dipshit, what say ye?
I'm gonna tag on to Bobby's thing. I hope they leave Aaron Rodgers to the Gila Monsters.
I am good with that. Let's
They'll
talk.
probably
next
find
about,
a way to milk one.
Let's talk next about Sunday Night Football. Let's talk about the Texans welcoming into the Lions from Detroit, Michigan. The Lions are currently a 3.5-point favorite here on the road. 49 points is the over-under in this game. Frank, what do you think about this one?
I think the Texans' offense is falling to pieces at this point, and the Lions' offense looks like they can't be stopped. So I'm going to take the Lions. They're going to definitely cover, and I'm going to take the over on the Lions alone.
Okay, Matt?
Yeah, I was really worried about the Lions holding it together defensively when Hutchinson went down. They haven't missed a beat. Like, this is a really, really good football team, legitimately the best team in the NFC. Very well could be the best team in the league. We gave the Lions so much shit when they hired Dan Campbell. He's the perfect coach for Detroit. He's the perfect coach for this team. Goff is on a biblical tear in terms of passing efficiency, touchdowns, yards. He's just going absolutely crazy. They've got all kinds of weapons. Tank, you alluded to it. The Texans are offensively showing some signs of weakness. Not being healthy definitely doesn't help. I don't see any way that the Texans win this football game unless they somehow forget that Joe Mixon is a Texan and they manage to run for 200 yards. That's the only thing I can think of.
Agreed.
Dipshit, what do you think about this one?
Kitty cats meow.
Meow. Bobby also is with you guys on the Lions. Let's talk about Monday Night Football. Go ahead.
Can we touch on this comment by Toaster here for just a second? Hey, Toaster, they're 6-2. They're winning football games. I think the seat has cooled off tremendously for one Nick Sirianni.
Significantly.
Unless they go on a losing streak like they had last year, I don't see any way that happens, that they actually are going to launch him. They lose this game. I don't think that seat gets any hotter.
I don't like Nick Sirianni as a kind of a human being. His coaching is questionable. He's kind of unsteady, but that's another story for another day. Let's talk about Monday Night Football, and that is the Dolphins, who are going to Los Angeles to take on the Rams. The Rams are at home, favored by 1 point in this one. 50 is the over-under in this one. Right, Matt? I thought the same thing. In fact, let's start with you on that note.
Who the fuck is setting these lines? The Dolphins are only a 1-point dog at home to a Rams team that's on a heater.
Rams are at home.
What did I say? I meant
you
to say
said
they're on the yeah. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
I know. I just want to. Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah. I still don't understand that. If the game, you get the 3-point bump at home, so you're saying if the game is on a neutral field, the Dolphins are 2 points better than the fucking Rams? I don't think so. The Rams are for real. Even when Puka gets thrown out of a game, they still manage to win football games. And they're healthy. They've got all cylinders going. They still have Sean McVay. I mean, this line makes no sense to me. Rams easy over.
Frank,
what's the over under on Puka taking a shot at somebody else this week and getting ejected?
Didn't see that.
Oh, okay, well I'm going to bet on that. I'm going to take
the world's weakest punch too.
Like, it was sad as shit, and he got ejected for it, which makes it fun.
Right.
Rams, they cover. God, I might take the under just because the Dolphins aren't doing shit on offense.
Dipshit?
The Rams, so that I can start Matt Stafford in my fantasy team that nobody cares about.
And that leads us right back to where we all started, which was with the Broncos. And we know, but I'm not sure if everybody knows, that
Puka getting ejected is on 365.
Okay, that makes sense. Oh, we do have a Neil sighting. Neil has joined us.
Neil, we needed your grass expertise for that stadium in Germany. What do they got?
Do you know anything about Munich and their stadiums?
Yeah, we need to know. We need to know if it is
should be a soccer stadium, right?
Kentucky bluegrass is what we need to know.
Or is it Bayern Geflirken?
Bayern blue, yeah.
Bayern blue.
But you have arrived in time to give us the answer to this dilemma. Anyways, let's talk about the Broncos. Let's talk about the Chefs. This one's in Kansas City, folks. This one is an 8.5-point game in favor of the home team, the Chefs. The over-under in this one is 41.5. Frank, what say you?
I think this is a division game between two teams that are weirdly similar, with the Chiefs obviously having a better offense, weirdly. But I think the Broncos steal one. I think they steal a close game. And I'm taking the over on the points.
Matt, what say ye?
Even when Denver in the last few years was in the throes of that long losing streak, they still were playing Kansas City tough. This is a much better football team. I think that the experience of having played in that environment in Baltimore is going to go a long way for the growth of one Bo Nix. The key to this game is going to be, can they slow down Jones enough to not have him impact the passing game so much? I really like what the building blocks we've seen the last few weeks. We talked about it 2 weeks ago when Bo was throwing on time and from a good platform. He's actually super accurate. When he's throwing off his back foot and feeling pressure and seeing ghosts like he was in the second half, he's not very good. I still want to see Bo throw the long out. I haven't seen that yet. I have a feeling that we may at some point in the next couple of weeks see that wrinkle being added in a bit with Vele starting to play a little bit more, because he's really the only explosive-ish receiver that can catch. I agree with Frank. I believe that the Broncos are going to win this football game. I definitely, if I was a bet man, would take the points for sure. I think that 8.5 is way too much. I think Vegas, again, probably didn't watch a whole lot of Denver football, and I don't blame them for that. The goddamn Chiefs almost lost last week, and this team, it's a division game. I think it's going to be closer than anyone thinks. Let's go Broncos.
Dipshit, full Delulu.
100% full Delulu. Full send. Delulu 3,000. Broncos by 100.
That's what I expect. The Duchess did pick the chefs, and she actually took the over on the 8.5 on that one too. That brings us to a close for this week in Pew Pew Pick'em. Thanks a lot, guys. That was fun.
Good job, Mark, as always. Pew pew. I can't believe we're actually calling week 10. Where the hell is the season going? God damn.
I know.
Over halfway through it. This sucks. At any rate, always a good time. Let's move on to Dipshit of the Week. And I would be remiss if I didn't first ask Dipshit, do you have a Dipshit of the Week?
That's real interesting. It's going to be a no from me, dog.
Okay. Thank you, Randy Jackson. Tank, what do you got?
Oh, shit. A lot of candidates this week. I think I'm going to have to go with Todd Bowles, right? For not just going for the win at the end of that game rather than letting it go to overtime and get their teeth kicked in like every other team that goes to overtime with the Chiefs. Take a shot. Take a chance. Go for the win. You could have had it.
Mark?
Shout out to the Pontiff. Pope. The Pope tweeted out something about saints and beatitudes the other day. He used the hashtag saints, which automatically popped up with the Saints logo right next to it. I don't think that they were paying attention. So they were praying for the New Orleans Saints. And even the Saints sent something and gave him like an honorary jersey and stuff. I thought that was pretty neat. A couple of honorable mentions. Dak Prescott getting caught saying "we fucking suck" on TV was pretty good during the game. And one more honorable mention for you. This comes from the realm of baseball, where the Dodgers have won the World Series. I know nobody cares about that, but the plane that took the Dodgers home from New York was the airplane of the New England Patriots. And the Patriots posted a picture of it and said, "Duh, Yankees lose." And that's all I got to say about that.
Boston being Boston, huh?
Duh, Yankees lose.
I'm just going to go ahead and tag along on that one, because I was going to say I haven't been on the pod since the Yankees had the worst inning in Major League Baseball ever, especially in the World Series. So, the Yankees lose. All of you go find that 2.5 minute super cut of different versions of the Yankees lose and experience Bane fucking bass boosted shouting it in a full state. It's amazing. The video is so fucking good.
Yankees lose.
I'm glad that the grass doctor has figured out what's exactly going on in Munich. I always count on you, Neil, for the grass intel. Thank you very much. It's nasty turf. We already knew that. That's why they sent 2 garbage teams, because nobody cares. I'm I'm going to give an honorable mention to Jerry Jones just because that was the dumbest move in the history of mankind. You're 4th round for Jonathan Mingo, whatever. I don't know who you're trying to fool with that. I'm also going to throw another honorable mention to Ezekiel Elliott, who apparently just got left home because he can't show up on time to meetings, and they're just done with his shit. So good job signing that guy too, because he's obviously a giant turducken. I'm going to agree with Tank and make my dipshit of the week Todd Bowles. I knew that no matter what happened, that the Bucs were going to lose before they scored that final touchdown when they called timeout with 30 seconds left. It didn't come to pass, but you're giving them way too much time with 3 timeouts, and if you score, all they need is a field goal, right? Todd Bowles absolutely screwed this game all to hell. What does Patrick Mahomes do in overtime football games?
Wins.
Without fail. Wins. He's 6-0. You've got an absolute witch on the other side. This is this generation's Tom Brady and the Patriots, who seem to come in clutch every single fucking time. I hate it. It's greatness in action. We're seeing it each and every week. You're on the road, you go for 2, and don't put it in the hands of a coin toss or your crap defense. Bad call by Todd Bowles. You just absolutely cost your team that football game. Call your best 2-point play. Make it 1 play. You've got him on the ropes. Just end it. But then he called the timeout. Like, what are you doing?
Especially after how easily that last drive was. They owned the Chiefs on that final drive.
Yeah.
They completely demolished them. You couldn't figure out a 3-yard play. Jesus Christ.
Right. Exactly. Todd Bowles, dipshit of the week. There you go. That's all I got. Fuck that guy. Trash. All right, moving on. And final things. Talk about the stuff. Pimp things. Tank, take it away.
Yeah, you can catch me on the socials at Tank Knox or Knox Nostalgic Collectibles. Holiday season's coming up. You have a lot of stuff on sale if you have any interest in collectibles. Go Broncos. I think we can get it.
Dipshit.
Oh, sorry. There we go. Everyone, eat your apples and drink your orange juice so you don't get sick. You don't have to go to the doctor because it sucks.
Well done. Mark, what do you got?
Right. No, this was a lot of fun. Thanks for coming out. We needed to get some steam off, I think, all of us, and this was a good way to do so. The Nuggets are currently beating the Oklahoma City Thunder with about 2 minutes left in the third quarter. So things are looking up for the hurt and upstart Nuggets right now against the undefeated Thunder, and looking forward to watching the rest of that.
The only thing I can say, and these are my final thoughts before I go into the pimp stuff, the only good thing that comes from the Nuggets being so undermanned right now is that Michael Malone is being forced to play the kids, and the kids are getting some really well-earned time. There are a couple of players on this team that, if they continue to improve, speak well to the depth going in even the next 2 or 3 years. Hunter Tyson is a straight dog. He may not score all the points, but this guy is a defender. He's a hustler. He goes after rebounds. He stands up to anybody who gets in his face. I love this kid. Strother has been playing very well. It's going to serve this team well when everybody comes back. So boo on the injuries, but at least these kids are getting some experience.
You called it out. Hunter Tyson just got a steal just now.
Yeah, he's a hustle board maniac, an absolute hustle board maniac. I love this kid. Make sure you catch us on all of the socials. You can catch My Brother's an Idiot on Facebook or on Twitch, Twitter, and TikTok at The Idiot Goons. Mark's Twitch, Twitter, and TikTok are at Poffletime. My Twitch and Twitter are at Poffleuppagus. You can find me on TikTok at King Goon Smoke. Most recently, you can see my dog sleeping because I had nothing else to do yesterday, and I wanted to send some warmth out into the world. For the absent Muti, we love you, Muti.
Muti.
For the present dipshit, Tank, and Mark, this has been My Brother's an Idiot. We appreciate you joining us. Make sure you take care of yourselves, take care of your families, and take care of each other. We'll catch you next time. See ya.